All right, I show 7 o'clock, and note the presence of a quorum. I will call us to order for our Town of Central regular council meeting on Monday, April 14th, 2025. Mr. Peak, would you provide an invocation for us?
Yes, sir. Y'all still inclined to stand and pray? Gracious Heavenly Father, thank you for allowing us to come together tonight to make decisions concerning our great town here at Central. Please be with us as we make important decisions regarding the future of our town. In your gracious name, amen.
Thank you, sir. First item on the agenda, we have 3 minutes in our packets. We also reviewed those at work session last week. These are for work session on March the 3rd, special called meeting on March the 5th, public hearing meeting minutes from the 10th, and regular council from the 10th as well. So, 4 meeting minutes. Given that, I will entertain motion.
I move that we adopt on reading work session minutes 3-3-25. Second.
Motion on the table is to approve work session minutes from March 3rd, 2025. Any discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand, please. Thank you. I move that we approve special call meeting minutes from March 5th, 2025.
Second.
Motion on the table is to adopt special call meeting minutes from March the 5th, 2025. Any discussions? Those in favor, raise your right hand, please. Thank you.
I move that we approve public hearing minutes from 3/10/2025.
Second.
Motion on the table is to adopt public hearing minutes from March 10th, 2025. Any discussion? Those in favor? Motion carries. Thank you. And finally, I move that we adopt regular council meeting minutes from March 10th, 2025.
Second.
Motion on the table is to adopt regular council meeting minutes from March 10th, 2025. Any discussion? Those in favor? Thank you. Motion carries. We will move to public sessions for us to hear from members of the community. We have 30 minutes total, 3 minutes per person. And just as a reminder, this is our opportunity to listen. And so we will do that now. First up, Mr. Queener.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Yes, sir.
Council, I appreciate the opportunity to be with you tonight. And I'd like to address the TIF proposal that is on your agenda for a few minutes from now. Almost everybody in this room was in the room for the council meeting where the department heads presented their budget needs and talked about current needs and some about future needs. And they talked about needing new fire trucks and new fire station and policemen and raising the police wages, salaries to be able to keep policemen and compete with surrounding communities and organizations like the Highway Patrol. Rerouting the future tax revenues to the developers by using this TIF is going to increase taxes. There's no other way to fund those needs that those people outline, and there's a lot of needs there that are going to come to your attention in the future that weren't outlined by your department heads because they can't see that project that far out. So if the TIF goes forward, you're going to vote to scam the residents of Gang Street, Pepper Street, Luna Drive, and Spring Forest because they're going to have to ante up the money for these needs because this TIF is going to pull the revenue stream away from the town. And I heard talks that night of $100 million, and y'all give it 80% or more to the developers in the form of this TIF. And I just think that it's unbelievable that you would do that and leave the residents of the town on the hook. The town administrator was asked at the work session, passing the TIF would raise the taxes of current residents. And he looked straight at the council members and said, no. And you know what? That was incomplete, and it was disingenuous at best. If I'd been sitting there, my question would have been, then how are we going to cover these needs of our department heads? And where's that money going to come from? So everybody knows that those needs are out there. And this TIF proposal that Clemson had did a nosedive when the county and the school district found out about it and dug into it, and your deal is headed for the same outcome. The main question is this resolution that you're looking at passing tonight, giving the town administrator a blank check, because I see nowhere in that resolution that you say you can only spend this much money to chase this pie in the sky. And I just think that you really have to think this through and ask some of the hard questions before you start throwing people's money into this rabbit hole, because it's likely to be just the same outcome that the town of Clemson had. The school district's not going to give up their tax revenues, and the county's not going to give up their tax revenues for you to give it away to special projects. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Next, we'll move to receipt and disposition of petitions. We have 15 minutes for this. Anything to be made aware of, Mr. Administrator?
Not at this time, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. We'll move to reports from council committees. We'll start with planning. Ms. Bowers, please.
Planning is meeting tomorrow night. We also still have a need for one member of planning and one member of the Board of Zoning Appeals. I also wanted to make everyone aware that Lynn had stepped down as the deputy person that was with planning. That's all I have. I would actually like to table our allocation of ARPA funds tonight, if possible.
I will second that motion. All in favor of tabling the ARPA fund allocation? Raise your right hand, please. Thank you. Motion carries. Anything further from planning?
That's all.
Thank you very much. Move to streets and public safety. Mr. Moss is unable to be with us tonight. The information there is in the packet. Any questions on streets and public safety that we need to address? Okay, thank you. We'll move to enterprise and community engagement. Ms. Chapman?
Okay, our water, sewer, and sanitation for the month of March, these departments completed 151 work orders. The meters were read on March 18th, with rechecks done on the 19th. Disconnects were done March 26th. 43 customers were disconnected for non-payment, and of these, 31 reconnected. The sanitation department, both residential and commercial, ran normal schedules for the month of March. That is the report for the water, sewer, and sanitation, and I have a resolution that I would like to read. It is resolution number 4-14, 2025, Brock Street Water Line. This is, be it ordained by the mayor and town council of the town of Central being duly assembled, whereas in reference to the project known as the Brock Street Water Line Replacement, and whereas the bids were opened on Thursday, April 10th, 2025, and whereas the mayor and town council tentatively award GAR Con Incorporated the project known as Brock Street Water Line Replacement in the amount of $1,363,520. And whereas the bid came within budget set by town council, and now therefore be it resolved and adopted by the town council on this, the 14th day of April 2025, I'd like to make a motion that we adopt resolution 414-2025.
Second.
Motion on the table is to adopt resolution 414-2025, Brock Street Water Line. Is there any discussion on the resolution? Okay. All those in favor, raise your right hand, please. And that motion carries. Thank you. Anything further?
No.
Very good. We'll move to recreation. Mr. Dale could not be with us today. We have this report in our packet. Flag football is underway. We have 218 kids, 22 teams. That's incredible. Baseball, softball is in full swing. No pun intended, or maybe he did intend to pun. I don't know. I didn't write this. Huck Central Pro-Am Disc Golf Tournament is May 2nd through the 4th. We have football and cheerleading sign-ups for the Central Tigers football. Sign-ups are May 1 through 16 online on the town website. And that is all that we have in the written report. Is there anything that we need to discuss about Recreation Department? Okay, moving right along, we'll go to Finance and Marketing. Mr. Beek, sir.
Thank you, Mayor. The Town of Central financial report for April 2025 is as follows. Our general fund currently has a balance of $1,077,532 compared to the balance at the end of February of $1,074,548.91. This is an increase of $2,983.09, which is a 0.28% increase in the general fund from February to March. Our enterprise funds have the following numbers. The water account for March had a deficit of $18,100, and for the year, we currently have a surplus of $8,270 in the account. This is a decrease for the month of $64,000, or 64.65% from February to March. The sewer account for March had a surplus of $17,737, and for the year, we have a surplus of $127,877. This is an increase from February to March of 14.9%, and our sanitation account for March had a surplus of $9,830, and for the year, we have a surplus of $67,281, and this is an increase of 15.76% from February to March. And that's what I have, sir.
Thank you. Any questions for Finance and Marketing? Okay, move along to Tourism and Economic Development. Mr. Griffin, sir.
Mayor. The next Friday night music event at the Depot will be Friday, May the 2nd, and features the popular band Alamo. Movie night at Bowling Field will be Saturday, April 26th. It starts at 7:30 p.m., and the movie will be Goonies. The Sanders and Company Car Show will be May 24th, Memorial Day weekend on Main Street from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And that's all I have.
Thank you, sir. Any questions for Tourism and Economic Development? Thank you, sir. Moving on to new business. Any new business tonight? And old business tonight? We have an introduction and consideration of new ordinances, policies, proclamation, and resolution. The first is a utility and municipal services and annexation agreement that's back on the agenda after we tabled it last month. We have all had the opportunity to take a look at this and make sure, as we talked about on Monday's work session, I hope you've all read it over very, very carefully. And if so, I will entertain a motion.
I move that we adopt the utility and municipal services and annexation agreement as presented.
Second.
Motion on the table is to adopt the utility and municipal services and annexation agreement as presented. Is there any discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand, please. And that motion carries. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is Resolution 414-2025, TIF. This is a resolution that authorizes the town administrator to explore the feasibility of a tax increment financing district. Again, this is authorizing the town administrator to explore the feasibility of the tax increment financing district. I move that we adopt Resolution 414-2025 TIF.
Second.
Motion on the table is to adopt Resolution 414-2025 TIF. Is there any discussion? Those in favor, raise your right hand, please. And that motion carries. Thank you. So we're on to second reading of a couple of items tonight. First is Policy 414-2025, Commercial Impact Fees.
I move that we adopt on second reading policy 414-2025, commercial impact fee.
Second.
Motion on the table is to adopt on second reading Policy 414-2025, Commercial Impact Fees. Is there any discussion? Those in favor, raise your right hand, please. And that motion carries. Thank you. Next up, we have second reading of Ordinance 414-2025, amend the business license class schedule. Also second reading.
I move that we adopt on second reading ordinance 414-2025, amend business license class schedule.
Second.
Motion on the table is to adopt second reading of Ordinance 414-2025, amend business license class schedule. Any discussion?
Mayor, I just want to point out that this is state law, that this has to be accomplished every so often, so we're just following state law, doing this amendment.
Thank you. Thank you. Any further discussion? Those in favor, raise your right hand, please. And that motion carries. We have reports now, Mr. Administrator. The floor is yours, sir.
The only thing I have is getting a head count for the PCMA meeting on April 22nd, 6:45. It's going to be here.
I responded to the email, but yeah.
1, 2, 3. Okay, that's all I have. Any questions from council? Anything?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. I just wanted to, in my report tonight, just talk about a working group that we convened. You know, the last several months, we've heard a lot from business owners in the town about the core business district, and lots of ideas have been thrown around. We've also heard a lot of things from the community engagement meetings. So what we did was try to move these from, I think a lot of times we get into the habit of coming up with great ideas and hearing about them, and I should say I don't want to, where people have great ideas and have things in their head about what they want to do, but the plan for this was to take those words and put some action behind them. So what we've done is convene a group of volunteers to come up with a specific list from all the things that we have heard and things that's on their mind, and narrow that down to those that are kind of low-hanging fruit that could be solved in the near future, pretty easy. Those that are a little bit harder and take a little bit more time and investment, and then those that are really, really hard and things that need to be done over a long period of time. So once that list was established, the working group identified roadblocks, stakeholders, and a preliminary action plan. From the items from that preliminary action plan were assigned to one of the volunteers in the room, and who agreed to take action, the short-term action, and then report back next month to the working group about where they are and then what the next step would be. So I just want to go through the list of items that were discussed and are being addressed by this working group in the near term. A new Town of Central logo and signage once the logo is finalized, so town signage. The second one is a comprehensive effort to create and or improve sidewalks and walkability, including the downtown crosswalk. comprehensive effort to create small community parks that would make downtown an attractive place to visit, call those pocket parks. Improve the flow of traffic throughout the core business district, that's the fourth. And then the fifth is reducing the number of vacant buildings through a comprehensive plan that would both incentivize owners of vacant buildings to either sell or find tenants and create stronger, more enforceable ordinance to compel that same action. So those are the 5 items. We'll continue to report back on those. Any questions on that?
If I may.
Yes, sir.
Who, community-wise, are the members of this work group?
Mr. Ed Young, Mr. Ed Reynolds, Ms.
Not Reynolds,
Sorry. Tell me what the last name.
Martin.
Martin, thank you. Thank you very much. He's sitting right there, I'm sorry. Ms. Samantha Wood, our Main Street Director, Catherine, and the town administrator was there, and myself and Ms. Bowers.
Justin Wakey.
Justin Reiki, thank you very much. Anybody else on this?
I don't think so.
Thank you.
Karen was also there, Karen Wood.
Thank you. So we are trying to finalize a plan to meet next month, but it's good also to note that we have, this will be impacting a lot of the council committees. There's marketing involved, there's finance involved, there's tourism and economic development. So as these plans continue to progress and we start to have actionable items that we need to address at a council level, we'll certainly keep everybody apprised of those actions.
Thank you, Mayor.
Any other questions? Okay, that's all I've got. Pursuant to South Carolina Code 30-4-70, I move that we leave to conduct executive session. We are meeting tonight in executive session to discuss an intergovernmental agreement concerning the sewer treatment plant. Just a note about executive session, only information is shared, no votes are taken, no decisions are made. So I move that we go into executive session.
Second.
Motion on the table is to go into executive session. Any discussion? All those in favor? And we're in recess. Thank you.
I'm gonna wait because I'm gonna talk to Mayor Brett when he gets down, so Mike will hang out here and I can go to the lobby. Okay, sounds good. Am I good in here or should I go to the lobby? I don't. Thank you, sir.